Good morning to you, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you will be watching this segment. Welcome to the newspaper review right here at Prime Media TV. I am Ayo, bringing you the news headline for today. And today, far beyond headlines, we are looking at the story that has broken out all over the media space, especially on X, formerly known as Twitter. A particular image has gone viral on social media since over the weekend and up until now, where Nigerians tag this particular flyer as "End Bad Government in Nigeria in 2024." So some of the highlights of the story, some of the highlight of the flyer is this: a wave of this content is sweeping Nigeria as citizens prepare to take a stand against government malfeasance and economic hardship. In a massive show of defiance, protesters will converge on major cities across the country on August 1st to 10th to decry the failed promises and corruption and oppressive rule that have plagued the nation for far too long. And this time, Nigerians are saying far beyond um, peaceful protests that they are storming the streets to put an end to bad governance. And as you can see, some of the highlights on this some of the highlights on the flyer says that we want to put an end to subsidy scam. First, on the 13th of, 27th of May, right? May 2024. The Nigerian government, the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said subsidy was gone. But currently, as we speak, we are still paying so much on subsidy. So they are fighting against this. So this is part of the many reasons for this protest. As always, I have my co-host with me who will be analyzing this section with me, the person of Nwachuku Treasure. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
But then, before I get your analysis on what is coming up, part of the many reasons why Nigerians are storming the streets to protest over hardship is majorly because of food inflation and some other things. And to buttress on this conversation, we have a video of how of we have a video on inflation, where currently as we speak, the yam that used to be sold for 1,500 naira before is now at 10,000 naira and above. So let's hear from this man who has made this analysis. So we liken it together with our conversation today.
It was debated. We're talking about cost of yam, and I remember somebody mentioned a tuber of yam is going for about 1,500 or so. Okay, so right now I'm at yam market at Aja. This is Aja in Lagos, Nigeria, as you can see. All right, so this is a yam market. Now each of these tubers of yam here is going for 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira. One tuber of yam. This is the man selling it here. Each tuber is going for 10,000 naira. I'm still pricing it for 8,000. He says no, that even from the north, he's getting one tuber. How much you say they buy one tuber for north?
One tuber, 700,000.
7,000 naira. He buys one tuber of yam from 7,000, 6,600, 7,000 naira. So the landing cost in Lagos, as you can see, one tuber of yam, 10,000 naira. So I'm still trying to manage to see how I can buy one. I'm still pricing one at 7,000 naira. He's telling me no. Last price is 9,000 naira. So I decided to do this so that we can stop unnecessary criticism and let's face the facts in Nigeria. Now, who can afford to buy a tuber of yam for 10,000 naira at minimum wage of 40,000 naira? I think it's good for us to face the facts when we are talking next time and stop being coming up and saying criticisms that will bring all sort of confusion.
So this protest that is coming up on the 1st to 10th of August 2024 is tagged Sorosoke Part 2. The reason for this title is in lieu of what happened during the NSAS protest in 2020, which was tagged Sorosoke. That was to put an end to police brutality in Nigeria. So as we dive into this conversation, we are looking at the all of the things outlined in this flyer as the reason why Nigerians will be going on this protest and relating it with what happened in NSAS. We are weighing all of these possibilities and want to see how this protest would go in Nigeria. So I would like to hear your thoughts on this story. What do you think? Do you think Nigerians would come out as much as they did during the NSAS for this protest? That's on the first part. And on the second part, do you think that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration that has refused to listen to a lot of protests, like currently as we speak, NASU and I think one other no, one other organization will be going on a strike tomorrow. And for the fact that the NLC was not listened to when they protested for minimum wage, and considering some other protests that has busted out, which the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration did not react to, do you by chance think that this protest will be as effective as what we see playing out in Kenya? So here is the conversation.
Okay. Firstly, I would like to say that the intention, the initiative is a very good one because normally, in considering what we are facing in the country, it's it's due for the people to come out and say no to what is being uh, 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 you know what we are facing in the country. Now, responding to your question on if it will be effective, if people will really come out, you see, I will say that generally everybody is feeling it so hard. Even those that seem to have the money are equally lamenting because they can no longer, buy things, what the amount they could use to buy things before is not what they are experiencing at the moment. Okay. So, and you see, one thing I want to understand is that in as much as Nigerians are people that are very peaceful, they can really tolerate.
Yeah.
But whatever has prompted the Nigerians to want to come out now, not being instigated by any politician. Initially we see some public figure coming out to this is not a protest led by an individual, an opposition party or persons who are bent on criticizing a particular party. This is a protest that is being born out of reality. All right. So there is nobody who will deny the fact that there is hardship in the land. There is nobody in Nigeria now, even part of the ruling party members are equally lamenting. Anyone that want to be sincere, regardless of whatever position you're occupying, we will attest to the fact that there is hardship in the land. And talking about if the president, Tinubu's administration will listen to this protest, you see, there is what we call persistency. We cannot relate the NLC protest to this coming protest. NLC were not their feet were not strong on the ground enough to persist on what they wanted. All right, they were not firm. They were shifting and adjusting, and such people cannot be taken serious. Okay, so I want to believe that this thing happened in Kenya. At first, the president never succumbed, but he was forced to bow to the pressure. These people in power are nothing to compare to the people that are coming after them. And I want to believe that they can be able to stand the pressure. All right, because when the rat hole is on fire, the rat has no option than to run out. All right. In as much as it is because they are enjoying comfort, that is why they seem as if it seems as if nothing is happening. By the time everywhere will be so hot in the country that there is no peace for them. Of course, they are very, very fearful. They are very afraid. All right. But just because they are being surrounded by some people they are paying to safeguard them, and they feel that nothing can come close to them. By the time their security is being defied, and they know that these people they just look at what happened during the NSAS protest. At the first time, they never wanted to listen. But when the thing became something else, they were forced to listen. So I want to believe that if Nigerians, which I know that is not an ethnic movement, can come out collectively, the Yorubas are saying hardship. The Hausas are saying hardship. The Igbos are saying hardship. If we can come out together and join forces together, sincerely, they have no option than to listen. And I tell you, this protest is going to be productive.
All right. I would like that we as well look at the possibility of some of these things that we are clamoring for. Like, let's look at it from the people's perspective, the coming together of people. And, one lesson for me from the Kenya protest is the fact that they forgot about tribes, they forgot about race. Okay, so I have someone who is in Kenya, is from Kiswahili, and he said they are not even bothered about who you are, they all came together. And one thing that we see play out in Nigeria is that when it comes to politics, we are always tribalistic in politics. So I am just looking at the possibility of people forgetting about their tribes, forgetting about their religion, and coming together. Because for me, this is all of us coming together to fight for a common enemy.
Yeah.
The common enemy here is bad governance,
Yes.
and we see that since the coming in of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, everything has skyrocketed. Just imagine the man who said he went to buy yam, and the yam seller was telling him that even from where they buy it for 7,000 naira per piece. So they are selling nothing less than 10,000 naira, because he said he was pricing for 7,000 naira. Just imagine if things continue the way they are, and it is bringing me to look at the weight of some of the things that NLC was fighting for. NLC was fighting for increase in minimum wage, and they've forgotten that when minimum wage increase, when minimum wage increases, it is going to increase the cost of living of people.
Sure.
So imagine that we are earning a million naira as minimum. We shouldn't be surprised that at some point the vegetables that we buy for 100 naira is no longer being sold for 100 naira.
Surely.
Because the more you earn, the more you spend.
You spend.
It is the law of economics. The higher you earn, the higher the money that will be going up, because people feel like, okay, you are getting the money. At some point minimum wage was not even up to 1,000 naira, and people were surviving, they were living a good life. But because of the way the minimum wage is increasing, cost of living, standard of living keep on increasing. So I'm just looking at it that the effect of the weight of what NLC was fighting for is not as much as what these people are coming together to fight for.
Yes.
They were fighting for minimum wage, they were fighting for welfareism, they were fighting for only a few
Things.
sect of the society. But those people are coming together and they are saying that we want you to end subsidy, because this is what we can see. You came into power, you said subsidy was gone. If subsidy is gone, why are we still paying trillions of naira over subsidy again? They said they paid over 2 trillion naira for subsidy last year, and we are still paying another trillions of naira for subsidy. So if subsidy was truly gone, where exactly is this money being diverted to? And the funny thing is that the NNPCL chairman was saying that they've not received any amount of money as subsidy. But the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, he came out to say that this is the amounts that we are paying for subsidy. So we can see that what we see playing out in Nigeria is that we see a system that is not transparent. If you say you are paying this money, who are you paying the money
Who has
to?
received it?
Who has received the money? And part of the many things that these people said that they want to put an end to, the reason why they are coming out for this protest is that there should be reversal on the amount tertiary student is paying. And it is making me, a story broke out yesterday where tertiary institution students are have to pay 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira as CBT fee for an examination, a CBT exam. It is a computer-based test. What exactly are we paying for? Are we paying for data? Even if we are paying for data, 10,000 naira per student. And this is not just a student that has 200 students. This is a school that has thousands of students. So imagine 10,000 naira multiplied by the thousands of students. What exactly is this money going to be used for? And this is the same school that has increased tuition fee. They have increased their tuition fee by huge number of percentage. So how do you expect students to pay this money? And this is the same students that the federal government is giving student loan scheme to. So
Okay.
it is now bringing me to ask that, okay, if you are giving them student loan scheme, what exactly do you want this loan to be for them? Should they use the loan to clear the debt they are owing before? or to pay for only a time, and they will forever be indebted. So you see that I love the fact that what these people are coming out to fight for, it goes beyond a particular sect in the society. It
Yes.
encompasses a
Uh,
whole lot of people.
yes,
But let me hear
yes.
your thoughts as
You
well.
see, the agenda for this protest is the more reason why many people will love to be part of it. Are you a student in Nigeria? You will love to be part of it because apart the protest covers for your interest. Are you whatever? Now talking about when NSC came out, they came out with other agenda, not just the minimum wage, but they focused majorly on the
On the
minimum
minimum
wage.
wage,
And
yeah.
that was why even other agendas were not being considered by the federal government. And even the major one they focused on was not equally achieved. All right. So considering the agenda these people have, it's the reason why every tribe, it covers every sector of
Yeah,
Nigeria.
of
So
course.
it's a reason why everybody will be part of it. Now you see, in Nigeria we have leaders who does not have the interest of the people. If you go to any occasion where food need to be served, you notice that the servers don't eat first. They eat after serving others. But in Nigeria here we have leaders who are out to eat and eat extra. Not just eating extra, they want to take home, you know, not minding if the people they are meant to serve have eaten or not. That is what we have playing out in Nigeria, right? So, and one of the things that I am seeing that is going to happen by the time this protest, we kick off is that, of course, it's going to be a peaceful protest. And judging from what we are seeing playing out, you talk about ethnicity and all that. When we talk about yam, like the video of the yam price we have, the Yorubas are buying yam the same price, the Igbos are buying it at the same rate. Same thing goes to the Hausas. So I don't want to believe that anybody will claim not to be affected by what is happening in the country now. Nobody will claim. The Yorubas are crying, the Hausas are crying, the Igbos are crying. All right, so there is every reason for all hands to be on deck for this protest to be achieved. And I say, based on what they have as their agenda, it's nobody will see this agenda and will not want to be part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to say that what has happened, talking about the high institution in Nigeria, it's just imagine if all the students in Nigeria should come out for this protest alone. You do know what these people won't be able to stand, and that is why, to me, I want to say that this protest is a peaceful protest, and it's for the interest of all Nigerians.
But let's speak it from peaceful protests.
Okay.
You know, looking at the all of the outlines here, what we are truly fighting for. Do you think that we can get all of these things by being peaceful? Because Nigerians has been peaceful for too long, and we don't get to see what we want because we are peaceful. Do you think peaceful protest alone, just carrying placards, wearing fine shirts, wearing glasses, wearing sunshades, because of some of the outlines, some of the things that they list, do you think we can actually get what we want by being peaceful?
The NLC one-day protest shook the country, and it was a peaceful one. They shut down the gridlocks. People on their own, organization sectors decided to be part of them, and on their own decided to shut down all the services they are rendering in the country. That is what is going to happen during this protest. You know, you know, it will grow to what it will grow to. The Gen Z protest in Kenya didn't start violently from the day one. All right. It is, they say good money brings how are you. It is the approach of the government that will now determine, because Nigerians, citizens in Nigeria are entitled to a peaceful protest. All right. So no, there is no how you can come out and say you want to come out and fight. All right. So if Nigerians should come out to exercise their rights, to protest against bad governance, and the people in power decide to make it violence, that is what will now determine the next phase of the protest. All right. Of course, from August 1st to August 10th is the scheduled day for the protest. So it is what will happen day one, day two that will determine what will happen to the end of the protest, and it is what will happen from the beginning that will determine if the protest will actually end on the 10th of August, or it will continue. All right. So Nigerians have seen a lot. Nigerians have seen shege. Nigerians have seen more than what the Kenyans saw before coming out. And I tell you, it will be good if the people in power will just respect themselves and make amendments. Now, this is a notice ahead of time. So if they should take Nigerians for granted and say that nothing happened, nothing came out from the NLC, and for that nothing will come out of this, they will be surprised. They will be surprised because there are people who are ready to come out. Because some people are out there, they feel they are not living for anything again.
All right. So on a final note on this story, there are quite a number of reasons, there are quite a number of things that the Nigerian youth especially are coming out to fight for, which also include reforming EFCC. And they are saying as well that they want INEC to be reformed because these are major issues that we're having in the country.
It's the reason we
If
are
we
not having
have
free and fair
INEC as
election.
an individual body, we won't be having issues. And with the advent of technology, INEC should have upgraded beyond carrying ballot box up. And we took a story last week where they said some of their BVAs are not working and all of that.
I've been
And
affected by
have
flood.
has been affected by flood and all of that. We've gone past we've gone past some of this level.
It is very much possible for that to be averted, but because some people are bent on rigging election,
Yeah.
they know that if they should adopt the advanced system, it will be difficult for election to be rigged. That is why, see, Nigeria has gone beyond the stage we are operating in the world today. Judging from what we have in the country, we are supposed to have outgrown some of the things that are playing out, but because of people that are benefiting, people that are taking advantage of where we are now, is the reason why we still remain where we are.
All right. On a final note, the fact remains that Section 40 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, states that Nigerians have the right to protest and to assemble. And this is Nigerians exercising their human rights in Nigeria. And we look forward to a protest that will not just shook the nation, but a protest that will bring about the change that Nigerians are truly clamoring for. On this segment, this is all that we can take. We'll be going on a quick break. And as soon as we get back, we'll dive into another conversation. Please stay with us.